Welcome back to Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp. I'm your instructor, Coach Nye. Welcome to this series, The House Jesus Loved. This is about leadership, love, and resurrection. So today's episode is called The House, Who You Are Before the Crisis. Now, today we're stepping in, into a house, not just any house, but a house that Jesus loved, a house in Bethany. A place whose name means house of affliction. And yet, this is where Jesus chose to rest, to teach, and to build relationships. This is the home of the three siblings, Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. And before we get into the miracle, we have to understand the people. So scripture tells us in Luke 10:38 through 42 that Jesus entered their home, and immediately we see two different responses. Martha is moving. She's serving, she's preparing, carrying the weight of responsibility. And Mary, she is sitting at the feet of Jesus. Now, culturally, this matters. Sitting at a rabbi's feet wasn't passive. It was the posture of discipline, right? Mary wasn't just listening, she was learning, being formed and being transformed. And in those times, it wasn't right for women to sit in the room with the teaching. This is why Martha was so upset. It was more than just helping in the kitchen. It was, Mary, you're not in your place. But meanwhile, Martha, she's distracted. So scripture says in Luke 10:40 that she was distracted with much serving. And if we're honest, many of us are Martha. We're moving, we're producing, we're performing. We're doing all of these things. We're doing everything, and we're so distracted from what the importance is. But Jesus responded in Luke 10:41-2, Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is necessary. So here's the truth. You can be close to Jesus and still be disconnected internally. You can serve him and still not sit with him. Martha represents responsibility, and it teaches us boundaries, right? Mary represents surrender and teaches self-worth. And Lazarus, he represents identity, which teaches identity without performance. Because even though he didn't speak much, scripture says in John 11:5, Jesus loved Martha, her sister, and Lazarus. Not for what they did, but for who they were. So here's the question for you today. Where have you been performing instead of connecting? And where have you been doing instead of being? Before the crisis ever came, there was identity. There was relationship. And in the next episode, we'll step into the moment where everything shifts. When love meets loss, when faith meets delay. So I'm going to give you a meditation prompt. Lord, show me where I've been serving without sitting. Teach me how to choose what is better. Now your RPI reflection. A for acknowledge. Where am I overwhelmed or distracted? R for release. Release the need to prove through performance. P for practice. Sit in stillness for about 5 to 10 minutes daily. I for inner exploration. Why do I equate doing with worth? Why do I equate doing with worth? E for empower. I am chosen even when I am still. So listen, that is the end. I want you to reflect on your RPI. I want you to meditate. And I want you to reflect on the questions for today, which were, where have I been performing instead of connecting? Where have you been doing instead of being? I want you to take the time out to just really look within. I teach these courses and I give journaling prompts and homework in hopes that you search the answers that's already within you, so you can heal and step into the leadership position that you were called to be. Now, next episode, we'll talk about the loss. But until then, I want you to focus on yourself And remember, every platform that I'm on, I'm teaching. So if you can catch me on my YouTube is Chat with Coach Nye. Go find my playlist. I have a lot of teachings there. If you haven't downloaded the podcast, go ahead and download my podcast. And my social media handle name is Chat with Coach Nye, where I teach there. And on TikTok, I do the weekday at 9:30 Central Time, the Lead Her Movement morning show is where I teach leadership for women. Now we got something special that just came down. Now it is officially open to the founding members, the Lead Her Movement Network. This is where I will be teaching, I will be personal training, I will be giving live events. Everything will be about you healing as women, learning how to become the best version of you. If you're ready for a change, go subscribe now to the leadhermovement.mn.co. I'll have it in the description. For the Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp, my website, go get on the subscriber email list so I can email you the homework assignments that I send out every week. Everywhere you meet me at, you will have homework because I want you to be the best version of you. Listen, if no one told you today, I'm telling you now. I love you and I am so proud of you. Continue to pour into yourself before you pour into others. Coach Nye out.